Good evening to all of you too. Those who know me, they know that I'm normally talking about raw materials upstream, about how we do sourcing, Farmer Connect, but I have chosen to be on that panel to really give you an insight to the nutritional needs and mainly also to what we from the farm side can bring to consumers on the tables through the right and adequate raw material supply, and that is still out of farming. So that's the reason why we do have here a picture of what we call in our company PPPs. That's not about private-public partnership, but this is about popular positioned products. And so I will take you through this popular positioned product setup. Well, as a food company, first of all, you go and you have a look at where are really the population's nutritional deficits or needs. And once you have done that, you can link that back either into the way you're sourcing, you're looking at how you get really agriculture materials into your supply chain. And there is mainly two ways to influence the nutrient content of certain raw materials, and this is not an easy one, a very difficult one, but it can be done, and we have proven that we can do that. That is influencing by the right plant nutrition, animal nutrition, fertilizing, in order to have really a content change of raw materials, the nutritional content, and you can carry that through into your finished products. But you can do that also by biofortification, for instance, and that would be through plant breeding. And a lot of things are now in the making, are in the pipelines, and we as a company, we are also in that pipeline to look into where we, for instance, can bring now into finished product vitamin A enriched raw materials, maize in this case, for instance, in Nigeria, iodine deficiency, zinc deficiency, iron deficient product. And we also know clearly that the most sensitive groups for this fortified raw materials are exactly these consumers here. It's a mother with her child. And childbearing and infants are really one of the big targets we have in the company to address with high nutritional products. And we also went with commitments. It's not just a kind of, yes, we do this, we do that, because we have said that we will reach by 2016 about 200 billion servings of fortified foods, and I can tell you that we are on track, in fact, and this is not an internal tracking only. You may have heard about an organization that is called Access to Nutrition Index. These people, they are tracking and looking of what large food companies are doing, not only saying, on providing consumers with access to nutrition products, and we are amongst the 3 best in the world in really delivering what is needed locally to the nutritional deficits in a certain region. But that is a very steep battle uphill. It's very difficult to do that because not only you have to make it available, it has to be accessible, and it has to be affordable, and you know what? It has to be tasty. It's not just that we say, well, you have to eat this. It really has to be good, and it has to be safe, and it has to be the right quality. So, you know, when I'm listening to Eric, I think there is nothing better than looking into taking a chicken choice or a choice of a chicken from you and cooking that with a Maggi cube. You know, that's probably the best combination of everything you can do in Kenya, you know, pleasing really a number of people. And then having really, you know, not only the seasoning, the taste, but also the content in the right portion delivered to consumers. And here, you know, we do that not only in Kenya or in West Africa. Here, this is an example on how we're adding value to consumers based on these nutritional deficiencies in Central America, for instance. And here we go back to Africa. And in Africa, one of the latest figures is about 65 million bouillon cubes sold per day, okay, per day on the African continent, with a 45% penetration in rural areas. And that's extremely important also, that not only urban consumers are served with this fortified nutrition, that you have a way of getting into rural areas and to give access to rural communities to get to these cubes, and to also have a very good chicken by the end of the day, or at least a very good local soup, even with local vegetables. And having said this, we strongly believe that only out of healthy plants and healthy animals you will have, by the end of the day, a healthy diet. So this cycle is a way to look into also what we do on our supply chains, the way we are sourcing raw materials, and the specification we are setting out. And healthy crops can only come out of a healthy environment and a healthy ecosystem. And very, very local. And I said that, I don't know if some of you have been in another session, that in fact here in Africa we are really trying, and we are getting closer and closer to the target of one day 100% locally sourced raw materials. We strongly believe also that the local raw materials are bringing a better nutritional value to local consumption, instead of having everything shipped into Africa and sold to African consumers here. And we strongly believe that everybody should have really access to those finished products. And that's the reason why we say we really want to also contribute to delight emerging consumers, as there are so many millions here on that continent, and that is an outstanding business opportunity, but it's also a big responsibility. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.